Gods and Heroes is a massively multiplayer online game. It's set in sort of a mythical, historical, ancient Rome, and it's very different from the MMOs that you've seen to date. We have a very visceral kind of combat system that I think is really kind of set a new bar for interactive combat in these kinds of games. We also have a squad combat system that hasn't been seen in these kind of games either. There are minions in the world, and you can go and find them and hire them and take them out to fight with you in squads against all of the enemies that you're battling. Probably combat is the thing that we've been working on most. That's really kind of our mainline thing, and while it's been in a pretty good state as far as having really awesome animations and things like that, we're trying to make the control for it for the player as smooth as possible, and that's really been our main focus, I think, since GDC, and it's really coming together. It gets better every day. We're showing off one of our dungeon instances, a place called Volcanic Vents. That's pretty cool. It's actually inside a volcano. That's a volcano called Mount Alban. That's actually a real place in Italy. Although obviously we've taken it and kind of done the Gods and Heroes thing with it. In that it's now inhabited by doctyls, and doctyls are creatures from mythology that are sort of like tiny men who work in metals, and it sounds kind of familiar to fantasy guys, but that's something that it's a lot of the things that are in the fantasy genre originally come from mythology. So that's kind of an interesting thing that we've discovered a lot of as we've been doing research and creating these things for our game, and then these guys have also created mechanical men, sort of magically alive metal beings, and this is again from mythology. These are the automatons, and so these guys are they created these mechanical men to go around and mine metals for them to make different weapons and things like that. That they're actually these are bad guys, and they're going to use these weapons to fight against Rome. So you're kind of there to break all this stuff up and stop all that kind of stuff from happening. And so what we're showing there is we're showing group play with squads in a dungeon instance. And it's pretty cool. There's a lot of interesting stuff with the interactions of the groups and squads there. And we also have an area that we're showing in Kirkian Highlands, which is in the public world. A little spot within that's called the Numicius Delta, that's overrun with mythological beings again. And again, the Numicius River is a real place in the Italian peninsula, but now there are crocodiles and cyclopses and gorgons, who are what Medusa is one of, wandering around in this place, and you can run around and fight them. So yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff that we're showing. Gods and Heroes is coming out. It's sort of in the late summer, early fall kind of time frame, it's a new setting. It's new combat. It's a fantastic world that people have never seen before, and I think people will really be excited to get their hands on it.